Hi, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on which part of the country, which part of the world are you from. So, hi, today is yesterday's salad was such a hit that I have to do it again. It's just amazing. So, I will be making the same pineapple, kiwi. See these oranges? Look at the color. Gorgeous. And then basil. Now, I don't have chili, I didn't harvest chili from the roof because I'm going to let them grow. And the two secret ingredients. First is dehydrated strawberry, sun-dried strawberry. Okay, and the second is raisins. So all of this will go together in the vinaigrette. Vinaigrette. You know the basics. If you are here, please come say hi. So I know that you've joined the stream, and we can pick up from where we left off. First things first. We are going to. Hi Akshay, what's up, bro? Good afternoon. A very good afternoon. So Dhar Lagao, that's the name of this show actually. Actually, what a show that. Dhar Lagao. Idea is to do Dhar Lagao. So Abraham Lincoln को बोला ना 5 घंटे, 5 hours, cut a tree. He says 4 hours he will use to sharpen the blade of the axe. When I heard this story for the first time, I was like, यार क्या बात सही. It's such a profound advice, but if you think about it, each one of us, we'll just run straight. Let's chop. We tend to, that is what I was saying, experiential learning is the highest in our learning. I learned a lot while I started doing woodworking. I was doing, see this, basically, I'm not sharpening now, this is honing. Honing means that I'm just straightening out the edge of the knife. I did not know how powerful this idea is. I've been sharpening. So you must hear the story out, okay? How carpentry started, bro. Crazy. Garage khali tha, and I thought I will convert that into a studio. Brave idea, but as you can imagine, I didn't know where to start from. So sense prevailed. My father gifted me a good book on carpentry at home, which I finished in overnight, just like I used to finish my engineering subjects. And I was ready. Next day, I went and bought myself a cutting machine. Now, typical Indian mentality is what? It is not an Indian mentality actually, but it is a human mentality. Lowest risk. So, I spent the lowest amount of money to buy the cheapest cutting blade. And I am telling you this right now. If you're going to start carpentry, safety first. I would have lost my hand because that machine, see, you're supposed to do this under some guidance, right? Apan to champion hai. So I'm holding it and I pressed it and it just flew out of my hand. Thankfully, I was not standing in the line of. It was so scary. It was so freaky because the repercussions. Anyways, so that is how it started off, and then I finally got myself a better machine, which allowed me to do better things. But carpentry is something very interesting. So I must tell you, Jesus was a carpenter. So was Abraham Lincoln. In fact, carpentry is a wonderful skill. Not because it's like, yeah, you can sure make a lot of things. But what it teaches you is your ability to visualize in 3D. It's a very, very complex. I always say this, between a sculptor and a carpenter, the entire skill set of humanity is covered between a sculptor and a carpenter. A sculptor will cut the pieces and put them into, will throw them out the pieces. And the carpenter, he'll join the pieces. This little difference is all the difference. But that ability to visualize in 3D, that's a crazy skill. So it does change your brain, no doubt. It's like music. If you do music, your brain will change. Music is also like very similar. It allows you to, it really expands your way of thinking. Actually, all art will do this. It's across the board. Every single form of art changes the brain's perception regarding lots of skills, everything. What I have got to do is I have got to pour this out into the dough. I think I'll do it. I'll put it into the main bowl only. No, why wait? Why wait? Why segregate? Right? Are you noticing the lights? Can you see the light? Cool, huh? No, no, no. I've not put up anything special. This is just a reflector that's reflecting sunlight. Looking cool, nahi na? I know. So today's salad is basically yesterday's repeat. It was so good that it has been ordered again. Yeah, I'm on duty. What do you think? I'm on salad duty. I'm supposed to be making salad for my owners. We are all, we belong to someone, don't we? Look at this. Look at the drama. I did not plan this. Trust me, I'm not. This is not something which I. Well, I did design it, but I didn't expect it to come out like this. Okay. Next, kiwi. Pineapple. The next kiwi. In fact, after I've let me put this back into the freezer. Yeah. Colder it is, it's the tastier it is. That's the golden rule of good salads. Incidentally, another rule of human taste is if it is cold, our flavors are less. So I don't know where the two join, but I just love this fruit, yeah, kiwi. What about you? You like kiwi? You know, when I was a kid, when we were growing up, was this fruit was not round. This was not there, right? So many fruits are not there. This new dwarf papaya, yeah, this is the new. You if you go to a papaya farm nowadays, you'll see that they don't grow too tall, 3 4 feet. It's easier to harvest now, and it also grows very fast. Humans become very chunt. We become chunt people. Sharp knife, sharp knife. The knife is sharp. It's the honing of the knife that changes. What is honing? You know, honing is it's you're just straightening out the blade. That was something which I learned. I did not know about Japanese and their whole idea of carpentry. They don't use nails and screws. They join the wood the way it is supposed to be joined with itself, with load. And I used to be like, what, how the hell? I don't know if you've seen this or not, but if you've not, I encourage you to go and check out Japanese carpentry, especially the guys who make houses. They pride themselves on finding new complex mechanisms. And what is really cool is that they're not patented designs. As in, nobody is saying that this is you have to pay a fee. It's all free stuff, and it's alien tech. This technology is alien for sure. How the hell go see it? I can't begin to express and explain how they have been able to do this. There is a lot of knowledge that has been hidden from us. I don't know how it happened. This is you've seen chefs they do this. What they're doing is they're honing. They're just straightening out the knife's edge. It goes crazy, man. Yeah, it becomes a whole new weapon. Just gentle 5 times, 3 4 times, and just see how this will chop. Now, just see how this will cut. Huh? Like butter. Let me go thinner. Let me try going thinner. And I'm cutting across the flesh. I'm cutting along across the flesh. Amazing. Sharp knives. Actually, I had forgotten this cutting stone that I use now. It has lost its edge. I did not realize. Look at this fellow. It has lost its edge. And I've been wondering why is my cutting not as glamorous as what I'm used to. See now you can see it's again not chopping as clean as it should. Challenges in the kitchen. There's one place where sharpness really matters. You know where? When you're cutting fish. That whole cut, because that's what the customer wants to pay for. And in some cases, if you don't cut it properly, like that fugu fish, the fish will become toxic. Basically, what happens is it has a gland, so you need to remove that gland very quickly, and because otherwise it just releases its toxins into the bloodstream, into its flesh. That's what I've heard and read. I don't know, but I know for sure that it is a very big thing to get a license to cook fugu fish in Japan. It's treated as a real celebration in if you have got yourself a fugu license, because it requires you have to do 7 years, I think, with a fugu chef before you can serve your own fugu. And just see this. Look at the light falling on this. How beautiful is this? I wish I could zoom it in. I can't zoom it in, but no, I can't have everything right now. This is just a reflector. I'm just trying to get more light in it. It's been raining last couple of days in Pune, man. And it's become miserable. There's no light. I mean, I started this, I will be shortly. Oh, by the way, before I forget, if you're here with me still, I will be shortly finishing the 100th episode. And I have something very interesting for you. If you are there with me on the 100th episode, I will invite you to a private list where you can see the recorded versions of these. Otherwise, it'll be only live. So, well, don't worry. I don't intend to bomb you with anything. I'm not going to spam you. That's not my way of marketing anything. I want to win your confidence. Then I will take your money. Arey, I'm in the business of food, man. My pride is on the line. You can pay me later. But first tell me that the food I make is awesome. Cool, huh? Amazing psychology. And that's why artists get abused. Because this artist is trying to prove himself or herself. And there is a smart ass who's like, yeah. You prove yourself. Seth Godin का नाम सुना है तुमने? Have you heard of this guy called Seth Godin? Sethgod. Yeah, he's also bald. Yes, okay. That's not the only thing that's common with him. I also happen to have some very good insights on this matter, on this whole idea of human psyche. But he has a very interesting idea. Actually, all of his books are very interesting because they bring out certain elements of human psychology which are not so. A person who's more relevant and current, Mike Horowitz. This guy sold he's written that book, $100 million offer. Gymshark. Gymshark was like a small startup. I had heard about it, and I don't know what they sold, bro. Him and his wife, very smart, both of them. What I think they sold is gym clothes. That's what I think they sold. It's a topic of hot discussion between a lot of people I know, and we've all tried to figure out exactly how did they sell. His book says that he used to go around selling the business model, how to get your sales up and running for a new gym, and I'm not sure how that worked, but every gym was basically 500x of their memberships. I don't know how they did it. That's the secret of what they did and why they're famous. Okay, so I put, what did I put? The sun-dried strawberry and the raisins. Yes, raisins and sun-dried strawberry. And I put some kakvi. That's the sweet component. Now we'll add the sari component. Yeah, like Margot ma'am would do it. Break it up. Remember her? How can you forget her, man? You were like one of her top favorite people in school. She was like, have you had a chance to go back to school? Have you had a chance to go and see her, meet her? Are you in touch with any of these teachers of ours? They did so much for us, man. Now that I think about it, before I forget, we have to use black salt. Matlab, yeah, I'm sure they did a job, so they were doing their job in that sense. But they took time out to give us so many things, yaar. So many life lessons. Margo ma'am did. We used to be constantly missing from class, na? So you were like the good boy. You were the school captain. You had to maintain your repute. This is oregano. Unlike us in the doldrums. And finally, the chili. This is the which chili is this? Master Chow chili. This is the chili garlic chili crisps. This goes well. I like this. Yesterday I added this only. It was good. And then what is a master stroke? Master stroke is Kai Ben. That's the flavor. Yeah. Kai Ben is the best fats. So therefore the best flavors. I'm just going to fill up. I'm going to be making again. Oh, Tuesday I'm not making, by the way, guys. If you are listening in, Tuesday is no pressing. Next pressing is on Friday. So there is a whole shift and change in the product pricing and everything. If you go to log into your system, you'll be able to see it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just please go to kaiben.in and go and register yourself. Akshay, you don't know what I'm talking about. Go register yourself there. Kaiben.in. KAIBEN.in. You please go there, register yourself. Quickly, it'll take 30 seconds. You'll love the website. It's nice and fast. And once you've gone in, you check some things I've kept for you there. On the dashboard itself, you'll see some interesting stuff to read. There are some updates there for you. You don't need to necessarily buy. Sunny is here. Sunny! What are you saying, bro? Hi, man. This is so cool. So, sorry, I'm a little excited. These two guys, Akshay and Sunny, I went to school with them. Sunny, how are you, bro? Sorry, we'll talk about love later. But look what I'm making. Where are you guys? Are you in Bombay, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Delhi, Chennai? Where? Which city? This is exciting stuff, man. I'm putting an hour into this so that it gets nicely coated up into it. I'm so excited. So when do we meet? Sorry, that sounded a little off. I meant to say, when do we meet? Wait, I'm just going to show you the salad. Sunny, is salad your thing? Do you have salad in your mind? By the way, iska jo basil hai na, bro, this basil has grown on the roof. Some little things I'm proud of, man. Not much, little things. So, what's happening? Okay, let's first get this on. This is yesterday's repeat. I don't know if you caught the salad yesterday. Akshay, you were not there yesterday, right? Were you there? No, I don't think we met yesterday. So this is a repeat. ये कल इतना popular था कि I'm getting paid double to make this again. Why you don't believe me? You don't think I'm getting paid to do this? We'll discuss numbers. Per minute billing. So basically, this is basil, pineapple, orange, that little mini orange, controversial orange. Man, my mouth is filled with this. The smells are so good. I want to add more seeds to it, but I think I'm going to skip because I have a 25-minute window. I need to finish 30 minutes. This saute is only 30 minutes, bro. Sunny, I've caught you here for the first time. Let me tell you something interesting, okay? So, हुआ ये? चलो, I'll start from पीछे से. Think about this. All my memory, your memory, it's your own data. Cool? It's my data. But then why don't I have data of the first approximately 2 years of my life? None of us have it. Think about my question, okay? Where is that data? Who do I check with? Wait. Are you understanding the challenge here? First, it's my data. I know it's not there. Who do I check with? So Gordon Gallup एक बंदा था, साइंटिस्ट था. उसने क्या किया? उसने एक्सपेरिमेंट किया, सेल्फ टेस्ट. Basically what you're doing is a mother is sitting with a child in front of a mirror. The child can't see the mirror, but the mother can see the mirror. The mother turns the child around, shows the mirror to the child, turns the child back, then puts a black mark on the child's nose, turns the child is like, and but somewhere between the 14th and 18th month, these children, when they're looking at the mirror second time, they started touching their nose. They started recognizing themselves. It's a huge leap. ये 79 40-50 साल हो गया इस एक्सपेरिमेंट को करके, बट ये AI का आज भी फ्रंटियर है. And here is something awesome, okay? I'll leave you with this. We can't recognize the chimpanzees, the monkeys, but they recognize each other. My sister studied in China, and her friends, her Chinese friends, used to tell her, all you Indians look alike. So the joke was that these girls, the Indian girls, used to tell them, you should open your eyes. Anywho, that's me, and this is the salad today. I will see you boys again tomorrow, 12:30. Brand new effort. See you, bye.